Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy alike. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Episode 9 is currently filming over in the UK. A lot of things are happening with this movie during the principal photography phase, which is slated to end at the very end of February of 2019, is when filming will apparently wrap as they go into post-production, which is when they add in all the sound effects, the music, the special effects, you name it. Now, looking at J.J. Abrams and all, we have been hearing a whole lot more about this movie these past couple of weeks or so. I'm sure that you guys heard a lot of the talk about the rewrites for the ending of the film, best suited for Kylo Ren and Rey, and the middle point of the movie, all having to do with Chewbacca, most likely rewrites to give Chewbacca scenes with Lando Calrissian being portrayed by Billy D. Williams. Now, not only this, but apparently J.J. Abrams will actually be rewriting the opening of the movie and how it may be changed to match the rewrites of the ending and middle of the film. Now, a similar thing like this happened with The Force Awakens, with the original opening of the movie being Luke Skywalker's severed hand holding the Skywalker lightsaber through space as it lands into the Jakku desert and burns up as it enters the atmosphere. Now, that was completely changed, as you can see in the finalized version of the opening of Star Wars The Force Awakens. So you can see the total change there. And now we're seeing apparently a similar pattern in a sense with Star Wars Episode 9. Now, like I say, a lot of times when they film these movies, it's all shot out of order. So for all we know, they may actually have not even filmed anything to do with the opening of the movie just yet, so it'll be easier to rewrite it and make it best suited and matched for the middle and ending of the movie. Exactly what J.J. Abrams will be doing with the opening of the film is a complete mystery as of right now, but rewriting it in order to make it the best way possible for the overall plot of the film just shows us that I think that J.J. is really trying to make this movie the best of the best, at least of the sequel trilogy itself, because I think that Disney and Lucasfilm, they realized that a lot of people were unhappy with how The Last Jedi turned out to be by writer and director Rian Johnson, and exactly what Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, had approved for this film. So going into Episode 9, we do know that they are really trying to take care of this, and that they are really treating this as a pretty much, a big way of essentially kind of reviving the sequel trilogy. We do know that the sequel trilogy has its problems, and I think that JJ is essentially trying to fix this by realizing that there are some mistakes quite possibly in some of the current plot elements in the movie, and maybe he's trying to change that in order to make it best for the characters that we are going to be introduced to in this film. Again, there are 7 new characters entering this film, which may seem a bit excessive for a lot of you guys out there, but like I always say, I think that a lot of these new characters coming into play are all going to be grouped up into one big scene, saving a lot of screen time for our beloved characters such as Luke, Lando, Leia, etc. Now, with J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio is also a part of this. He actually wrote portions of the script. I'm not quite sure if he's also still on board with rewriting some of these scenes, especially the opening of the movie. These things happen all the time in, a lot of movies out there. Things do change. Even while you're filming, the actual movie itself, things do change with the script. In fact, Rian Johnson, just before he began filming the movie, made some big changes in order to dial down screen time for some of the newer characters like Holdo and Rose and all those new characters, right? They would have had more screen time in the original script if Rian Johnson hadn't changed it. So, I think that was a really, a good choice to do. But still, I'm not really a fan of those characters. But going into Episode 9, guys, I'm really crossing my fingers that JJ is going to knock this out of the park and really do an excellent job delivering tons of nostalgia with great purpose and meaning to that nostalgia, and giving us, fan service that actually counts. Not just for the heck of it, but give us fan service that's actually going to make sense to the overall story of the movie. As long as you got a great story, and as long as I think that some of the burning questions in the sequel trilogy right now get answered, and maybe redoing some things here and there that people were unhappy with in The Last Jedi, I think as long as that is done, people will be happy and, you know, be a-okay with the sequel trilogy. I think that at that point, it can be a decent trilogy. Right now, things can be fixed, and they have their chance, and let's just hope that that's what they're trying to do. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.